I just want to start with this video by saying I know that a lot of people have different opinions on this issue, and I'm just going to give my understanding of the issue and what I think should be done about it. It's a problem that's been going on for a long time, and I hope that you'll watch the whole video, and if you agree or disagree, you could write it in the comments, and either way, try to share it with as many people as you think will take something away from it. Share it with people who you think will agree. Share it with people who you don't think will agree, and hopefully we can get at least get the issue that's at hand out there and let people know what's going on. And if they agree with me, they could agree with me. If they don't, they could try to think of their own solution. At least we'll get the word out there. So thanks in advance for sharing it. All right, so to be perfectly honest, I don't really know where to start with this video. I was going back and forth all day today after I read this article, trying to decide if I should do this or not. Um, I worked all day today. I'm exhausted, and really the last thing I want to be doing right now is recording this video. But I feel like if I didn't do it, I'd be doing a major disservice to people that read this article and are trying to do more research to find out more about the problem that's going on Long Island right now. And there are things, a lot of the article is very well done and true, but at the same time, there are things that need to be addressed because they're just irresponsibly inaccurate things that are written down in there, and it seems like there's an agenda. I don't want to speak for the author of this article and say exactly what he was trying to do, but I'm just going to talk a little bit about this. The article is called "The Heroin Toll Rises on Long Island." um, First, I'm going to talk a little bit about the problem. I'm going to discuss what's wrong with the article, and then I'm going to talk about how we really should be going about fixing the problem and why I believe our government won't do what they should do to get rid of it. And but I really think it's important that we try to convince our lawmakers to focus on reforming drug laws, because that's the only way we're going to get rid of the problem is if we do something to fix the drug laws that are in place right now, that have been in place for decades and have done nothing to help the problem. All right, so first of all, we know this. Um, you know, I've known this for a long time, and it's mentioned in the article. You know, pretty good detail. The increase in regulation on painkillers has led to higher prices, and um, the demand has not slowed down for the painkillers, but the supply has gone down. So the prices have gone up. In 2009, 30 milligram oxycodones were going for like $15, and now they're going for 30, 35, $40. And what it's doing is it's leading people to choose heroin as a cheaper alternative, where you can get a bag for $10 with a similar effect of a $35, $40 oxycodone. um, and this is true, as mentioned in the article. This is going on Long Island, and it's a huge problem, and something needs to be done about it for sure. Now, where he starts to go wrong is children and young adults are turning to heroin at an earlier age, officials said. Suffolk treatment experts, for example, recently treated a 13-year-old girl for heroin addiction, which the eighth grader developed after using MDMA. MDMA has couldn't be further apart from heroin. The two have nothing to do with each other, and people are going to read this article and they're going to say, "Oh my God, my kid's doing is going to try Molly, my kid's going to try MDMA, and they're going to become addicted to heroin from it." Couldn't be further from the truth. Impossible. There's no connection. I mean, the quote literally says the 13-year-old girl for heroin addiction, which the eighth grader developed after using MDMA. Yeah, also after she learned how to ride a bike, also after she learned how to read and write. The two have couldn't be further apart. It's there is no connection, and trying to make a connection is just it's irresponsible, and it's giving people the wrong idea. In fact, MDMA is actually having a lot of studies done on it right now to see what the positive results could be from it. MDMA has been shown in studies to help people suffering from PTSD, depression, things of that nature, and it's also had positive results in relationship counseling. Um, the benefits include euphoria and reducing self consciousness and the ego. Basically, in relationship counseling, I could see how um, reducing self consciousness and the ego could help you be more honest and having a discussion. And this is all done under supervision, of course. And there's countless studies going on that are showing that it could help with PTSD and depression. Not to mention that I heard a couple years back that extreme doses could actually kill cancer cells in the blood, but they're trying to isolate the part of the drug that would actually kill cancer cells and not overdose the patient. In any event, trying to demonize MDMA is obviously the agenda here, and it's really just wrong. You can't try to make that connection and not have an agenda. So I don't know. That's just all I have to say about that. It's completely irrelevant that she did MDMA before she got addicted to heroin. I mean, I think the really important thing is that we focus on the real solutions to the problem, and we can't target a scapegoat. And the scapegoat is going to be the drug dealers, you know, other drugs being a gateway drug, marijuana, MDMA. The problem is that people want the drug, and if people want something, somebody's going to supply it to them. That's the bottom line. And this is not a new problem. We're acting like it's a new problem, but Newsday published another article called The Heroin Trail in 1974, talking about the exact same problem that we're still having. The war on drugs has been in progress all along, spending billions of dollars, and the problem has only grown. Um, so, why, if we're spending billions of dollars on this problem, is it only getting bigger? Well, all the money that's being spent is creating jobs. It's creating, uh, you know, an entire economy behind trying to fix a problem. If that problem goes away, so does the economy behind it. So you've got law enforcement officers that are arresting people for possession, and then those people have to go to court. So you need judges, you need lawyers, you need paralegals. Just think of anything that has to do with this. And so if this problem goes away, so do a lot of jobs. And then eventually, if people get convicted, they go to prison. So you need people to build prisons. You need people to maintain prisons, corrections officers, all that. These are all jobs that come from the war on drugs. And you got to keep in mind, half of the people that are in prisons are in prison for non-violent drug offenses. Half. That's over 1 million people in America are in jail for not doing anything to anybody, not stealing, not doing anything like that, just for possessing drugs or selling drugs. So, I really think it's time we do something about this because we have murderers and rapists getting out of jail every day because of overcrowded prisons when half of the people in prison have not done anything to anybody. So, I think that we could reduce the amount of people in jail and treat this as a public health issue and have better results. Paraguay, um, over 12 years ago now, they decriminalized all drugs. They treat it as a public health issue, and that's what I think we should do because they cut heroin addiction in half. They've lowered crime and they've maintained these results over a decade. And not to mention the safety of police officers is also another factor in this. Police officers, one of the most dangerous parts of the job is executing search warrants. You're going into the houses of drug dealers who have guns. You don't have to do that if you treat this as a public health issue. Again, reallocate the money, reallocate the jobs. You can keep all the law enforcement officers, just have them do something that's more productive than throwing people in jail for operating in basically a free market. In the free market, this is what's going to happen. If there is something of value, even if it's illegal, if there's a demand for it, somebody's going to supply it. If there's a profit to be made, it will get into the country regardless of its legality. Um, we know for decades that the war on drugs has been around. Um, we've spent billions of dollars on it. It's ruined hundreds of thousands of lives, put millions of people in jail, and you know, people are just as addicted now as they've ever been. If we want to do something about this, we have to change the approach. We have to treat this as a public health issue and stop treating it as a criminal justice issue. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope that you will share this video with somebody that will get something out of it. And, you know, hopefully we could convince our lawmakers at every level, from local to state to federal, to do something, to do the right thing about this problem.